this morning, I would like to first pay respect to our ancestors who in a time not so long ago once walked this land that we're on. We also pay respect to buluwai neighbouring tribes being Jobbergai North, Iringi South, Irukandji East and Mullaredji West. I also would like to respectfully acknowledge our generational early settlers, the elders who are here with us today. For a bit of history, and for those who don't know me, I'm the sister of Willie Brim, and we are buluwai traditional owners. Our great-grandfather was born circa 1867. His tribal name was Brim. His English name, Toby Brim. One of my Kajaraga or Taipan Plains campsite was near Walter Hill, Viva Spiwa home, and in the past we were neighbours for about 33 years. Time, nonetheless, has not wavered our mutual friendship or respect. Growing up in Kuranda during the 1960s, 70s, and for something different from the native stuff, us kids' seasonal run was along certain Kuranda locals' houses because that's where the best fruit was. Living in Thorn Street, there was salty guava tree that not even the birds ate. Elderly neighbour, Mrs. Hunter, grew strawberries along her front fence, knowing us kids would steal it. That's where Food Works is now. And Ben Herbon across the road used to grow green grapes. Had a lot of stick insects on that. Mrs. Butler's mandarins, they're the ones with the thick skin, really nice. Aurora Street had a mandarin tree that was located, that was loaded every year, but now it's Skyrail. Mrs. Cordy's guava trees got skumped a lot. Skumped is our word of saying it got raided and left bare. The caravan park had purple passion fruit, star fruit, grapefruit, oranges and tamarins. Yes, we got a bit spoiled for the new introduced fruit. Depending on seasons, there was still milmark or the loy vine. It has a bittersweet taste and can stain your teeth brown. Or white apple, brown apple, fondant, figs, wild raspberries, my favourite. Wild cherries along the riverbank, or another dark red cherry. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. Willie does. Variety, it looks like cherry, but you can make a jam out of it. Growing up in a cultural yet religious home, I find it amusing how creation stories has man last on the list. Everything laid out before him, all man has to do is survive. All he has to do is observe and follow nature's lead. This is where our prehistoric cassowary is naturally sacred to our rainforest tribes. We follow cassowary or bundara dreaming. Bundara inherited territory is genetic. He will protect his chicks. Females need to find their mate. His seasonal run is an ancient park that ignores the boundaries. He follows if you follow at a safe distance, you'll see where the fruit trees are. Bundara territorial model is our marriage law. That's how it all goes back to bloodline purity. His seasonal path is like our seasonal run. Like yourselves, buluwai people are like-minded towards the future welfare of our country, which includes our unique flora and fauna, clean water and healthy country. Science can be inspiring at times, but health-wise, genetically modified or a hand spoon is a bit dodgy.
Totally.
Original seeds are our only healthiest option. Right? So now, without any further ado, I think I've talked enough. And for the promise of future, I openly welcome you all to buluwai country.
Thank you.
And I'll also show you, this is a little tourism book that Willie has done. We're just promoting, if you want to have a look. I've only bought one copy, I'm sorry. And this is our buluwai language dictionary. It's just a handbook guide. And it's got all our fruit trees, all our trees and that that we know of. It's in here, that'll be published soon.
Beautiful.
And that's why we got the cassowary. So if you guys want to have a look at that as well.
Thank you.
Where will that publication be available?
That's at the Kuranda Information Centre.
And this book that you
It has to be published yet. On with it with Joe.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
We have a during the season. So Joe and I were doing seasonal calendars to try and introduce, because this is the first time we've started this ranger business. So we're gonna, because buluwai in Australia, it's just a small patch that we are responsible for, our tribal patch, right? And I'm just grateful we haven't got a big tribe like Wiradjuri or, you know, it's just too big for everyone to handle. And I'm very grateful that these days we have seedsavers, because too much of our rainforest is getting cut down and everything needs to be replaced over time. So when it comes to the residents and all that, I've only been up in Kuranda for 3 years. I've been in Cairns doing employment thing for 30 years, 40 years. But you come back home and you see, yeah, especially when you're going past Kola, the mining and all that, you think, oh, okay. Yeah. But over time, our rangers will be working with residents and farm owners and all that, because it's all part of caring for our country. And I'd like to see our native fruits and even introduce ones everywhere, because there's nothing better than having a snack on the way to school or wherever, you know, that you don't have to buy.
And you've been saying that you're having a crew of rangers be available for working with farmers to plant on their land, is that?
Willie's eventual thing is to have 12 permanent rangers. And so I said, well, what does that mean? If you're going to the points of the compass, do we have, you know, ranger crew there, ranger crew? So that's what we're working towards. So you could be in different places at the same time with ranger crews working. Because we not only do country here, we're also called upon to do cultural heritage sites down in Irukandji country, you know, because they're about to do a big path or something, a tourism path that goes up and around Black Mountain and back down again. And there's cultural heritage, so some of our rangers will be needed there as well. So this is where the employment side of it comes, you know, because I don't see, in my mind, everyone that lives in Australia also have the same responsibility as Aboriginals when it comes to country.
Yeah.
Because we all live here. We only have one place to live. We can't live on the water. So we've got to look after what we've got.
Yeah. And so much of the plants for the native animals and birds have been taken out for the settlements and farms and all the rest, and now the animals and birds are eating the farmland food, and the animals and birds are getting into trouble, or all sorts of things happen to them because of that. And so, you know, if all of these other plants are put back in sections all over the land, well then those animals and birds must be very happy for that.
Well, the other thing I'm concerned about is what I spoke about, the cassowary has his own seasonal path, and that's being interrupted now by traffic. I mean, if I had my way and if I had the power, I'd lock everything up and let the native plants have their way, you know, just to restore it back just a little bit. So, yeah, development is an issue that I don't like, because having lived in Cairns for 40 years, it's horrible. And you don't want it up here. Now they're sort of coming up the mountain. Yeah, and their ideas of how people should live isn't good.
Yeah.
You know, you don't cut down every tree. You shoot every animal.
Do you have wetlands kind of work that you do, like looking after the edges of?
Well, the Barron River is a boundary because we have to go by creation landmarks, natural boundaries, because we can't change them. Right, so the Barron River is a boundary between buluwai and Jabberguys. And when it comes to water, like our platypus, buluwai, it's a joint venture between tribes as you're going along. So that's one of the things that buluwai will endeavour to do, is try and link up with Jabberguy to do a joint management of the Barron River. But I know that's going to take years, because you're going to start from the beginning, which is up at Tinaroo and go through. You know, it's the same country. We've got a little green frog up at Davies Creek that's just about extinct. So I think I might have to talk to Captain River. And if it means, through the archaeologist, it means cutting traffic through country, that's what we're going to do. We're going to lock it up. So the animals have the right go.
So walking access only, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
it's good for your health.
That's it.
Listen to